Welcome to part 4 of Embodying Your Faith. Everything is waiting for you. Today we're going to talk about kettles and pots and other kinds of dishes. So let's start again with the poem. Just share my screen for a moment. So we're down in the second part, and if you haven't had a chance to look at the whole poem for a while, I would definitely recommend going back and taking a look at the whole thing. Let's just start here in the second part. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing. Even as it pours you a drink, the cooking pots have left their arrogant aloofness and seen the good in you at last. As I looked at this section of the poem, I immediately thought about a Zoom workshop that was an Alexander technique workshop that I got to attend this summer with a master teacher by the name of Tommy Thompson. He teaches in the Boston area, but of course Zoom makes him available everywhere. And Tommy Thompson talked with us about how human beings have this kind of wiring to make really quick judgments about things and people that we see. In other words, I look at something and I immediately think, are they safe, friendly? Are they a threat? Is it safe, friendly? Is it a threat? It's part of our survival instinct. And so it's not something that we want to get rid of, but on the other hand, it tends to bleed over into our everyday way of seeing. And that may even be below our consciousness about the fact that that's what we're doing. We're instantly making that judgment, and then everything we do is reflecting that instant judgment, that instant definition. So Tommy talks about withholding definition and waiting for something to show up as you're looking at. So you're withholding that definition of what it is, what it's for, any kind of value judgment, and you wait for it to show up so that you are choosing to see in a new way. So pick up something familiar. Maybe it is a kettle, maybe it's a pot, maybe it's some other dish, something familiar. And just look and see what you can see. Don't even label it with a name of what it is. Yes, I know you know what it is, but don't put that label in your head. Say, I'm just going to see this thing. Know that you're actually seeing it from the back of your skull. And here's what I mean. The light waves come in our eye and they actually get processed at the very back of our brain. So if that helps you kind of get that sense of, oh, I'm just going to receive this object. I'm going to let it come into me. I'm going to wait for it to show up to me. Then maybe use that biological reality. And if you find yourself drawing conclusions about what it is, then just choose to go back to just observing, right? Just keep telling yourself, I'm just looking. I'm just watching, waiting for it to show up. Wait patiently, assuming that it will reveal itself to you as you're open to seeing. So give yourself an opportunity to do this and then return to the video. So you tried your experiment. What'd you notice? What'd you notice about your object? Were there any surprises? What did it feel like waiting for this thing to show up? Did you show up differently? Then try this with a friend. But don't let yourself define them as friend before you start looking, and ask them to do the same for you. I bet you can guess where I'm going with this one. How often do we exclude someone or exclude ourselves from belonging with someone or in some place because we started with that quick survival instinct definition? And what relationships might be possible if we practice letting things in our everyday life show up with the idea that this way of seeing could transfer to the way that we see other people? Might we see each other in all our particular individual glories and as siblings created by God? I pray it may be so.